Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, question of the night. What kind of improvements could General Hospital make next year in 2024? And I gotta sit there and tell you, I can make an entire video. But just a couple of things, just a couple of things. Improve the damn pacing. You don't need to have all those characters there all the time. And I know people sit there and say it's because of contract obligations and yada, 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 yada. Well, the problem with things like that is that if you don't really necessarily have a story for them, they become filler. And I think for the most part, people are just happy that they're there. Like Lois. You haven't actually said anything that they like what she's done so far. They just sit there and say she has pretty nails. She's gonna be a mom. Really? That's the best y'all got? That's the best the writing apparently has. Let's sit there and do a quick roll call. Get things started. Danny, how you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. LaShantas, how you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Hope y'all had a great day. As you're coming in, make sure you do hit the like button. It really does actually help. Gives me an algorithm. It recommends other people who do watch General Hospital, who do watch Days of Our Lives and all the other soaps to come to the channel. You know, it's really does actually help. As always, you do sit there and talk about all the shows, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Bold and Beautiful, Young and the Restless. And I'm going to be honest, General Hospital was at the bottom of the totem pole, but that's nothing new. Black Mons in the chat, how you doing tonight? And we have a new person. Motivate Spear? Motive Spear? Motive Spear? Motive Spear? Well, let's say hello to the new person that just came in. I'm clearly effing up their name. Sorry about that. I'm very bad with names. Oh, Casey. Okay. It took me a second. I was like, hope you had a great day. Hope everything's going well for you. Kim and I is in the chat. Crystal Hopkins in the chat. Monique is in the chat. Laura B is in the chat. Monique says, everyone, I missed the live for a couple of days. Been on a night shift. Okay. Well, I hope everything's been well with you. What the? Danny says, Albert, Team YNR, but do you still care about GH? Wish they had better storylines. Yes. And that's it's not so much about the better storylines. They have the storylines. They don't have the pacing. Yeah. Especially that look on his face. Cherry Ice Cream's in the chat was good. Darby's in the chat was good. Yeah, it's getting that type of weather. It is getting that type of weather, Gemini. At least out here. I know I don't think that we live in the same city, but living a little kind of nippy. A little kind of nippy out here. Hell, actually tell you too, there was flurries. Yeah, you know, that's the thing, Danny. GH needs to play to his strengths. And the slow pacing that they're doing isn't working for them. There were so many things I didn't really care about in this episode. I didn't care about the Marshall talking about Curtis's mom. I didn't care about the scene with Marshall being with his wife and the regret and everything like that. I didn't care. When he says Carly giving out way too much information to that Brendan guy about Sonny. Really? Like what? I don't remember. Casey says I have to take time off. I got my MRI back and it's bad. I fractured my foot and oh wow. Well, you know, at the end of the day, Casey, you got to do what you got to do. And in all reality, don't worry about the job. Don't worry about them. Just take care of yourself. That's the most important part. Because here's the thing: if you continue to be on that on that foot and everything like that, it's just going to get worse. Yeah. So you know what you got to do. Jonathan is in the chat. What's good, Jonathan? Jonathan, it was so fun actually having you yesterday. Lashanta says Nate the Snake still keeping the Odger secret with Tucker. He wonders why they don't trust him. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that. I was just about, it's funny, Lashanta. I was just about to sit there and say, "Come on, he's Nate the Great," and I was like, "Oh yeah, he's still doing that." Now the actress that plays Lily is going to be on maternity leave. Oh man, there's a fire that's going on. I need to be there to, well, actually do nothing, but I need to be there. Johnson said, "I had a great time talking with both you and DC." No, listen, Jonathan, you bring it. You bring it. You bring a really good, fresh, and interesting perspective. So we definitely appreciate and enjoy having you. I'll be okay. Yeah, like I said, Keith, you got to sit there and take care of yourself. That's what it comes down to. Monique says she telling him how Sonny used security and how he's working with spies. Oh, okay, that's actually a good point. Queen, the queen herself. How are you doing tonight? LaShawn, I don't know. He didn't seem like he was disappointed. I couldn't tell in her face. But Queen herself is good to see you. Gemini says, "What is Nate supposed to do at this point? They all think he's a snake anyway." Well, to be fair, he's not he's not exactly proving them wrong at this point, though. Johnson says there are several things that GH can improve. Yeah, and that's the thing, Jonathan. As a fans of the show who watch the show, we just want better. Oh, of course, I gotta sit there and ask about the Queen. Listen, it's always lovely and a blessing to have you in the chat. When we talk about these things, these little brainstorming sessions and stuff like that, it's because we like GH and we want GH to thrive. GH has stand the test of time. It outlasts all the other shows maybe you see for a reason. You know, Lashatra says Bold was boring. I don't know. I actually kind of liked it. I mean, it was kind of sad to sit there and watch like them try to pretend that he wasn't. It's getting very difficult. What's good, Spider Quake? I released something about you yesterday. Oh, I know, Spider Quake. Kyrie's told me. Well, I mean, he told me that you was ratting me out about something. Krista said, "Thank you for pointing out the view on Curtis. It was spot on, highly insulting." Yeah, and that's what was Smith is saying on Krista. I looked at it and I was like, I can see how it could be a problem. You know. Then he says my IG got hacked past a few days ago and made two both got hacked. Damn. Oh, it's so good, Spike Quake. I was just like, not what I meant. No, I knew, Spike Quake, when Kyrie was like, "Oh, you ratted me out," I was like, "Of course he did." That's my boy right there, Spike Quake. Big Nate was good. Johnson says, "I think GH has been trying to fix something that was never broken." Like what? Very curious about that perspective. That sucks, though. Lashanta says, "What do you think about Sloan Thirsty?" I miss the original Sloan. I don't like this desperate version. It's not working for me, and it sucks. It sucks. Hopefully they can course correct. Spike Quick says this is about GH and Days, and there's something I realized about you. What is that? Gemini says is Eric still alive for now? But Gemini, he was definitely getting a lot weaker today. Kind of sad to watch, actually. Monique says, Rita Days, spoilers, what do you think about Harrison and Stephanie hitting this? Wow, I didn't see that coming. That'd be kind of weird though, because I mean, he is with what you call it. What is that, Spider Quick? Johnson said GH has been taking away action, suspense, and doing more hallmark moments. Yeah, yeah, and it's not it's not working. Spider Quick says it's hard to explain. Well, too bad you don't follow me on any socials. You could just sit there and just write it. And yeah, today it was oof, it was between today and yesterday it was bad. Oh, it's all good. No, Nicole, whenever you're here, you're on time. And Lashaka says, "Where's Taylor? Wherever Brad Bell decides to have her come out." uh, heard people sit there and say that Brad Bell doesn't like Taylor. Yeah, between yesterday and today, those was not working. I mean, they're nice little sweet moments, but it's like, we came to GH for a hot. GH was always about that action. It was fast paced. It was exciting. Going back to the slower stuff. Going back to this, here's the thing: GH nearly got canceled when they moved at this pace. This is why they got Luke and Laura in there. This is why they got Sonny in there. And it's like, hmm, let's go back to the beginning when it didn't work. Lashanta says Bridget seemed really upset. I mean, of course her dad's dying. Like, Nate says when it comes to improving GH, there needs to revamp badly. Yes, that's very true. Lashanta says, I think it's ridiculous everyone's pretending. See, I don't understand that. Everyone kept complaining, and it was like, they're doing it for Eric's sake. What are you going to sit there and do? Strap him to a bed and just saying you're dying? I mean, they're trying to respect his wishes. It makes sense. Although at this point, it's yeah, I'm not gonna lie. At this point, it's getting a little harder to sit there and try to justify that. I will admit that. But Fire Quick says Cheetah is kind of boring, but you compare it to Days and makes it seem like Days that much better. But when I see Days, it's never better than GH. It's either the same as GH or worse. Exactly. Hashtag bring back Bob Guza. Yes, Jonathan. Yes. Anthony, what's good, Anthony? Fire Quick says I feel like you expect too much from GH without realizing in which days your expectations aren't as high as GH, and that's why you feel like Days has been better. What's good, Ronnie Ron? Well, here's the thing. It's not that saying I expect too much from GH. It's because I've seen what GH can do. That's the problem. I've seen what GH can do. I've seen GH pull off things where it was like you want to sit there and rush home to sit there and watch GH at 3 o'clock. It felt like things was moving, you know? And it's not it's the thing is, because I've seen it at its best, it's hard to sit there and accept anything less. That's the problem, you know? I expect GH to be better because I know there was a point it was better. And I've been a fan of it for a long time. So it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, it sucks. I just don't want to watch it anymore. It's like, I'm still watching it, but I miss his heyday. And I want exactly, Jonathan, like the Metro Court hostage situation. I remember when Kate Howard came in there, the first thing she did was save Michael and got a poisonous snake bite. What the hell did Lois do when she first came in? Spike Quick says, and you're right, Albert. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying when you compare it to days you make it seem like it's 1,000 times better when it's not, at least in my eyes. I can see it from your eyes and your perspective because days are still new to you. You know, I can you've been watching GH longer. I've been watching GH longer. So um, and Johnson says Sam was more exciting when she was with Jason. Yeah, Gemini says Eric knows he's dying and let him go how he wants. I personally lost people with cancer and I used to sneak McDonald's into the hospital and made them feel better for a small amount. Yes. With dignity, yes. How you feel about letting go of the past and focus on the here and now. You can't change the past. Yes. See that part I can agree with. Yes, I agree with that part, Monique. Kai Wen. What's good, Kai Wen? Nate says once Jade comes back from the pandemic, it was firing in all cylinders. Once they did that couple breakup, it went downhill from there after 2021, along with the vaccine mandate. Yeah. Yeah, so say what's up to Kai Wen. Sly Quick says, I'm not even being biased towards GH. I'm just saying I've seen a lot of days recently and it's not that good. Well, I respect your opinion. I'll sit there and say that much. Sly Quick says, days is like GH when GH has fillers. When GH episodes cook, I feel they're better than days. Well, like I said, I can appreciate and respect your opinion. You know, it's quite quick. When I sit there and say things like that, I don't say it lightly. You know, Psychic says I feel like there's too much talking on days, not much action. Yeah, but then even the drama and suspense can be the drama can be a little more exciting than Felicia. You know, didn't even say with Lucy and Scotty. I didn't give a damn about them. I don't even know what the hell they're doing at this point. Lashanta says, I see Dimitri will take anyone out. Like I didn't that's you know what I'm saying? Like Gemini says fun fact when Robin interviewed on Sunny's show, she said they back then some of GH actors used to come to work high as F. They worked hard to maintain a whoa. What? What? Double C, folks that don't hi everyone and folks that don't speak to me. Now Double C said GH needs faster pacing with their stories. Yes. What? Ron says, I was Stephanie is free to go do whatever she wants to chat. Had it coming. Kylin says, are used to watch days, but it was a little boring for me, but I don't have Peacock anymore, so I can't go back into it. Yes, it's definitely a commitment. Definitely a commitment. I'll sit there and say that to get another. Exactly, Lobby. I'm still like reeling off of it. I was like, I'm sorry, what? Part of me is not. I don't know. I can't. You know, the thing is, at the end of the day, even if they're actors, they're still people. People are fallible, you know? What the? Well, I'm definitely have to save this video. Yeah, but that's crazy. Lashanta says, I'm sick of the man going in Carly's face. He didn't want Robert to see him. Or the man going in Carly. I Now Double C's also Jay's needs a shorter story. Yeah, they don't need to drag things out, you know? Gemini says Robert was a kid on the show, so she witnessed blank she wasn't supposed to. Even Sonny admitted he was a hot mess back. Oh damn. LaShanta says why Gregory mad at Diane? Because Diane is suing Fenn. Diane is suing his son, so of course he's gonna be upset about it. What's your take on John and Patch regarding Constantine faking the kidnapping thing? I think it's interesting. They're trying to get to the bottom of it, and they got a grainy picture. I don't think. I think the ISC is going to. I think Shane is going to do something, but I think it's interesting. Johnson says watching EJ and Stephen go at it on days is more fun than watching is more fun than watching characters on G's talk about feel good moments. Hey, Jonathan, this is why you're my guy. This is exactly why you're my guy. You just said it. You just effing said it. Jackie P, how you doing tonight? It's business she didn't know. Yeah, but it doesn't change how you feel, though. And to be fair, LaShanta, I'm not just saying it's not personal, but I understand the initial anger and upset and resentment. You know, Gregory's another one of those characters that I don't want to sit there and say he was useless, but like I feel like he was supposed to be Alexa's love interest, and they just said, "Yeah, that's not important. We ain't doing that." I want to know, what did everyone think about Chad rehiring Everett on days? What did y'all think about that? What did y'all think about Chad deciding to rehire him? LaShanta says, Hat Daddy hit my nerves today. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? That was another scene that I was just like, Jesus Christ. Like, I didn't think it was bad, but it was like, obviously said the Days of Our Lives promo out yet. I haven't seen it. No, that's tomorrow. Double C. They put it out on Fridays. Ron says, "What the WTF Stephanie had to bring up Alex and her confrontation with Chad. Girl, please get a life. Hopefully, Alex don't." Damn. Okay. All right, Ron. That's how you feel. Monique said, "Could you imagine if Danny was a monster like his dad and Jake was in law enforcement? How? Oh, that would be interesting. That would be interesting instead of Jake snipping saying, 'I don't like guns.'" Okay. Cool. You don't really fully understand the situation, but whatever. Oh yeah, no, Nicole, definitely not. Definitely not. And it's yeah, Jackie B said Jason needs a shot of the testosterone or something. All characters are watered down. Most of the men are just weak. Jackie P, that's to be said in a lot of different TV shows, not just GH, but yes. Gemini says, "How you better measure that window and get some window shades. It's too dang cold out. An empty window." Yeah, no, I got. It's definitely something I'm going to be doing. I definitely do want to sit there and get to that. You're exactly right. Joshua said, Chad is probably going to get Everett difficult tasks at this spec trade just to spite him. Yeah, that's some real. Yeah, no, Gemini, you're right. I should make that more of a priority. I don't know why I don't. Monique says, normally I just read the recaps and sometimes the recaps are boring. Damn. LaShanta says, I hate Nikki back on the bottom. You know, I know a lot of people don't like Nikki. So a lot of them will snip there looking at it like, yeah, I agree, LaShanta, he's definitely too insecure. Then tell her about Jada being an ex-wife. Ron, I don't think that he even knows. I don't think that he was good Kyrie's Clark, the one and only. I don't think that Jada knows. I don't think that Everett knows that Jada is actually in the same town, which is really odd. They haven't bumped into each other yet. Yes, let's everyone say what's up to Kyrie's. Jamila says, remember Jason was privileged for a punk before his accident, and then he working for Sonny, so Danny's not liking guns is actually the original Jason. Yeah, Gemini, but he only said that he didn't like guns because of Charlotte. That was the issue. He didn't sit there and say he didn't like it because he just didn't like it. He said he didn't like it specifically because of what happened to Charlotte. Damn. Damn. Okay. I don't have anything to say against. I don't have anything to say about that. Krista says people are going to talk about the past. I like the Marshall scenes. Well, I mean that's cool that you like the Crystal. No one's just saying you can't. Um, it just that's the thing, Krista. It didn't resonate with everyone. It resonated with some people, and that's cool. But it's not going to resonate with everyone. It didn't resonate with me. Bobby says what is tragic about Nikki is that it was nothing she wanted. It was forced on her. Yes. And that's the thing. I know a lot of people that don't like Nikki and stuff like that, so they're taking a certain level of pleasure out of watching her drink and things of that nature. Um, Curry says, I'm a new and improved today. The swearing Curry's is gone for the time being. It's just like, I know people don't like her and they're finding pleasure in that. And even going back, I look at it. Even going back, I look at it. It's like, oh, well, Nikki's this and Nikki's that. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. I don't like Nikki either, right? Just because I don't like Nikki, I don't like a person, doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to sit there and relish in their pain and suffering. Johnson says, but unfortunately, feel good moments isn't why most people watch GH. Exactly. Um, Darby says, but you're a robot, Albert. You don't do soft emotions. No, it's just it doesn't work for GH really. Like the stuff that happened between today and yesterday just didn't work. And like Jonathan says, we don't cut. I mean, don't be wrong. It's not something saying that they can't put it in there. They put it in there in the past and it worked, but they always balance it out what made GH work, and that's the problem. Jack B said, good guys are boring on souls unless they are the hero type to rescue someone GH needs a pull your hair smack her on her blank type of man who doesn't love in the afternoon. Yes. I think most shows actually need that. You're right. Murphy says, I don't like her either, but I can't get behind what was done to her. It was just cruel. Okay. I mean that's I'm not gonna knock you, Jimmy. I'm just not saying like I'm not, you know. Alyssa's in the chat. What's good, Alyssa? Um I'm just saying that I can't sit there and relish in that. Like honestly, I told you, I look back at it and I felt what's good, Tracy Steves? I'm like, it was a bad look for me to sit there and relish in Spencer's ass whooping. And I don't like Spencer, but even I felt like I went a little bit too far. Ron says, Albert, don't get me wrong, I like the pairing of Jada and Ray, but he's always rushing things like, what the F is he talking about moving in with me? Tracy says, happy Thursday. Yep, Thirsty Thursday. We'll see what a blank sheet can be again. Okay. Monique said, the Nikki storyline hits close to home for me. Growing up with alcoholism and watching someone fall off the wagon was hard. Exactly. And that's it's it I've dealt with stuff like that. So I get it, you know. But that's not that's not really the only reason why I'm not relishing in it. It's just like that's what I said, like if people want to relish in it, that's fine. It's just not my thing. Harry says, I apologize to Boomer number two, to number two Boomer, known as Darby, and I apologize. Spider Quick for setting such a horrible example last night. What did you say last night? I caught the thing is I caught the second half of the stream. Um it was so weird, because Kyrie's stream was going on from 11 to 12, I think. And Dion's corner was going from like 11:30 to like 1 or something. So it was very weird. Johnson says, I'm not a fan of Nikki Alda, but I'm not taking pleasure in her pain. Yeah, I can't, like, again, Jonathan, even looking back and being like happy about Spencer, relishing in Spencer's ass whooping. I was just like, yo, that was kind of a bad look for me. And I can admit that. Now, Gemini says, I'm relishing because Nikki looks down on people too much. She should learn a valuable lesson from this experience, but she won't, or she's not. Yeah, I mean, I get it, Gemini. I'm not gonna judge you. Not something I would do, but I'm not gonna judge you. Laura B says, I didn't watch the stream yet. Yet, what did you say, Kyrie's? Yeah. I mean, Kyrie's, that question's for you. That question's for you, my guy. But what the hell is happening? I did like the fact that Tucker was able to read Joe and be like, Carrie says it was 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. towards like 11:45. Darby called my Ava a certain name, and I had the viewer discretion warning, then went off on him. Yeah, I'm gonna let that go. Now, Alyssa, I didn't watch Why Not today, but Nikki's storyline is terrible. I don't care for her, but this is too much. Like alcohol addiction is real. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm enjoying the Melanie Scott portion. She's killing it with the storyline. I'm definitely feeling for the character. And don't get me wrong. I don't like Nikki. You know. Yeah. No, I got you. No, I got you, Spider. Now I got you, Kyrie's. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. Thank you, Lobby. Thank you. Yes, make sure that you do hit the like button. There's 28 people in the chat. I have no idea how many likes there are, but if you are enjoying the stream, do hit the like button. Also, if you're not a member, make sure you hit the join button, become a member. You have a lot of fun. We're always spilling the tea and doing something crazy in the chat. What the? Oh, okay. Ron says I was just good looking, but she needs to be on birth control. That's hilarious. Linux says soaps do have villains, and whole villains is either make them bad all the way or leave it alone. Then you won't actually have a morally great character. And you know how much some people like morally great characters. Lord B, I asked that same question too. I was like, why is he late to this party? He knows what's going on. Steffi's calling them, and he's like, yeah, well, I'll be there as soon as can. Even Lee, who I don't like, this is Gemini says, look at how they speak about Nate, but no one acknowledges that Victor was wrong. I think there's all kind of there's all kind of. I think some people acknowledged it, like Devon. No, Devon a lot acknowledged it. Um, hell, even Victoria acknowledged it. So I can't sit there and say that. Kerry says, couldn't believe that made my medication wear off. I took both pills yesterday, still acted like exact same, but I still delighted in Nikki Newman's pain. That's nice. Okay. Yeah, like I said, people can relish in it if they want. That's fine. It's just not really for me. I mean, like I said, I can be an absolute dick about things, but yeah, like I said, I did like the fact that Tucker was reading Jill like a book. Jill doing all this huffing and puffing, everything like that, and um, now Darby says Finn is researching Eric's illness. Finn promised his wife that he would seek a cure for. Darby, that's exactly what I was thinking too. I was like, he's probably in that office that they're trying to find something. I'm gonna be honest, Darby. If they find some sort of magical cure for Eric, it's probably gonna actually piss me off because it's gonna be the same thing like Curtis. Oh, there's a new experimental treatment for Curtis. What's the point of putting him in a wheelchair if that was the case? And Kyrie says, I'll be happier when you and Nina finally tie the knot. Yeah, well, she ain't bad. She ain't bad looking. Now, Gemini says Jill is another one of that slept her way to the top, and nope, she don't deserve to run that company. Hmm. Unless I don't watch B&B, but I bet they keep dragging Eric's illness like the jig is up. Eric needs to admit that he's sick. Everyone knows. Yeah, that's what I said. Alyssa, he's been down for like 3 weeks. Um, listen, like I say, he's been dying for about 3 weeks. And Kyrie said, "What's up, Alyssa?" Yeah, if they find some sort of magic cure for him, it's going to be just like GH. Um, I still don't care anything about the Teresa scenes. You know, I mean, it's cool that the actress is still getting work, but it's like this ain't working. Like none of this is actually working. Carries, you don't like Bridget? You don't like Bridget either, Carries? Yeah, listen, I'm just like that dude's gonna be dying for like another 3 more weeks. Hate is kind of a powerful word. Gemini says, I'm sure Tucker didn't say anything to Jill that wasn't true. Damn. So I think you're not a fan of Jill, huh? Gemini said Bridget is a Forrester. Okay. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting how the Logans are bad and they're terrible and they're evil and oh my god, it's the Logans. They're just the worst. Darby says Steffi is so needy. She knows that Finn is looking into Eric's illness and she's bothering him nonstop. I hope she doesn't cheat on him with Liam because he's not answering her calls while doing so. Damn. And Donnie can't be trusted. That's what I said. Oh my god. The Logan's bad. They're so evil. Let me sorry, let me try this again. Oh, those damn Logans. That's Kyrie says Albert explained to Kyrie about the fan event where was booed and people called her names. Lobby said, "Go ahead and say Albert." Oh, that's what I had to do. I had to sit there and say it. Those damn Logans. You know, Lord be if I don't shake my fist, doesn't really mean anything. Oh, come on. She's Katie, baby. Exactly, Lord B. You know, Lord B, I felt like if I would have disappointed myself if I didn't do that. Didn't feel natural. That's why I had to sit there and wake up from it. I was like, whoa, there's something I'm forgetting to do. Oh, Curry says, just like Ava and Dimitri's. I'm not going to finish that one. Curry says, yes, Ava explained to me nice and slowly, so I understand. Gemini says, Jill is an opportunist. She used to even fight with Catherine in her own business. Damn. Like I said, Kyrie, she is Katie, baby. All right? Even Bill Spencer says so. And you know when Dollar Bill speaks, you listen. If you know, Kyrie, if I gotta get Don Diamond in here, I'll do it. Kyrie says, I'm about to send you watch us. I never heard this story before. Oh, please explain it to me. Ron, you need to explain the story to Kyrie about the fan event. Danny says, Albert, do you have Snapchat? What do you think about it? Because do not like it. I haven't used Snapchat in a while, Danny. Um, I only use to sit there and keep in touch with certain people. Um, I'm not a fan of it, Danny, because the stories that they send you, they just delete it. So it's like there's really no point. That's the problem. Krista says I don't want to be cured because there's nothing wrong with me, just like there's nothing wrong with Curtis. That's kind of taking the stress too far, but I do get what you're saying. Um, it's kind of low, but okay. Um, Gemini says now Brooke is going to cling on to Riz like a mosquito to make sure that Hope has a place at Forest Creation and Donna continues to live in the mansion. Well, of course, Donna got to live in that mansion, you know. Donna's too good to be snipped there. Quite quick says, "Oh, Spider Quick, they're funny." See, that's why I get the inside joke. Spider Quick. Danny says, "Yes, it happens to me. Make a video the next day." Yeah, that's the thing, Danny. Um, I only use it to sit there and talk to certain people. But as far as using it for anything else, eh. Jamila says, "What Donna sleeps with." Well, watch Donna sleep with Thornton after Eric dies to continue living in the mansion. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I ain't mad at Donna. I mean, somebody that looks that good, it's very hard to be mad at. Like I said, I mean, I already explained this with the whole Curtis thing. Um, I just look at it and I'm like, if they, well, you know, Gemini got to keep it real. But I'm just saying, if they make Curtis walk again, it defeats the purpose of putting him in a wheelchair in the beginning, in the first place. You know, that's my whole thing. You know, and again, it's a little controversial because you're basically just saying that, kind of like what Crystal said. You know, it's kind of offensive to make it seem like they're not like people in wheelchairs aren't good enough to be on a soap opera. You know, so it's a little. I can see where that comes across as offensive and demeaning. Here's the thing, Gemini. You know me. I keep it 100. Okay. I don't. Well, Crystal, that's not what I said. I said it would make it look like it's something wrong being in the wheelchair, and it's not. That's why I said it's very controversial. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not reading that. I ain't reading that. Carrie says, but last night was a lot of fun. Oh, yeah, of course. Of course, Carrie's. Um, like I said, I can't wait to sit there and come to your live stream. Can't wait till you come to your live stream. You always come in with a certain energy, and I enjoy it. And everyone else, everyone enjoyed it. Everyone enjoyed your live stream. Okay. Now, Gemini said the experimental drug for Curtis is actually a real thing called stem cells. They actually use it to help people heal. Yes, that's very true. I do get that part. That's why I said it's very controversial because I can see both sides of it. You know, if there's something that can make somebody walk again and they want to walk again, I think they should have the option to sit there trying it. You know, I don't see anything wrong with that, but I can also see optics wise how it would sit there and look for the other side. Carrie says, "Where's my Queen Jess? Out there being grown, out there being grown, doing grown folks things." I imagine. But yeah. Honestly, the sad thing, Gemini, that was the only thing that actually good came out that whole Curtis and that whole thing with Curtis. I don't know what GH is actually doing anymore. I really don't. Gotta play. Oh Jesus Christ! I am not reading that. Ron says, Albert, I want. I see what you're trying to do, Spider Quake. Probably just take it down a couple of notches. Ron says, I want Steffi to have the rest of the shares so Ridge can't make Hope irregular at force. Oh, you're not a fan of Hope? You're not a fan of the succubus? Curry says, oh, I got to add her on social media pages. She can't be worried about me like this. I thought, but Curry, I thought that I thought you were following me on IG. I get it, Spider Quake, but I also know why you're writing that. So, hey, well, I'm not even going to say anything about that. Gemini says stem cells are your own cells used to store of repair injuries and other damage down to the body. They also use it for fractures. Okay, Spire Craig. Carrie says, I forgot. Oh, she provided it once. I thought you say, okay, that weird. Yeah, no, yeah. Um, yeah, I know it's stem cell. I mean, it's an option that I feel like people should have if they want to sit there and use it. Carrie, I thought you did. Okay, all right, Spike. Quick, I get where you're going with that. But how about we try not to be so offensive? Nicole says, speaking as someone who is in a wheelchair, there's nothing wrong with it, but I can see why Curtis would want to walk again. Yeah, I think it should be a personal option. You know, if you can do it, it's something that you want to do. Yes. Ron says, I missed something. Did you want me to explain? Yeah, the Cindy Watros thing. Yeah, that's what I said, Spike Quick. I get that, but how about you just kind of just because it's not funny anymore. I'd actually tell you if it was never funny. I only thought it was funny because I know why you're doing it. But I'm gonna ask you respectfully to stop. Jackie says I don't have a problem with a character in the chair, but why does it always have to be only sexy brothers on the show? Can't really consider TJ as someone I want to be in a love scene with. Hmm. Um, Ronson Dog, I don't like any of Brooke's children. Only Bridget is my favorite. Is it because she's not a Logan? Is that why? I know how people don't like the Logans. You know, they're evil and they're bad and yada 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 yada. And Hope is a succubus. So where's this? Okay, okay. There we go. I mean, I get it, Spiderquake, but now that's what I'm saying, Spiderquake. It's one of those things where it's like it wasn't funny, and you keep going with it. So this is why I asked you to just talk about something else. Like there was other things that happened in the show. Let's talk about that. Let's just move on from that. You said you should know better than to tell him he's funny. You're old, Nina Bombastic, and then tell you I can tell you're in love with her. Her decisions making wearing off. I can't wait until the wedding vows. You know, Spider Quaker was actually doing so well too. We were. It was drama free and everything like that. And now it's like I don't know if you're bored or something, or if you just feel like testing my patience. But either way, it's not a good look, and it's not going to end well. So anyway, that was actually what up happening. Gemini says if Brooke wasn't sleeping with Ridge, what job would Hope really have? She has no talent. Hope for the Future was a campaign based off of her not having blank, but now she is giving up. I never knew exactly what Hope's job was. Kyrie says Albert and Nina's gonna have triplets. Too bad for Shirley. You hear that, Ron? You hear that, Ronnie Ron? Ron says Bridget is not like her gold digging siblings. She has a job and she isn't even in Force Creations. Hmm. Oh no! I knew exactly what you meant. Hmm. Well, to be fair, I don't know what Donna actually does. I think that's kind of part of the problem is that I don't know what she does, so I can't sit there and say, like, what was I gonna sit there and say? I can't even say, well, Donna doesn't come across as a gold digger. I don't know where that's coming from. Harry says at least Abba's babies will be born with all 10 toes. Hopefully. Solomon! Stopping by for a quick minute, can't stay long. What's good, Solomon? Gemini says Rick is a spoiled brat. Hope got lucky in RJ. Well, no comment. Why is Rick a spoiled brat? I don't know much about the Rick character. Ron says, I mean, what the F does what does Hope for the Future does for the company? Nothing. Well, I mean, at its height, it's supposed to bring in a lot of buzz, a lot of orders, a lot of money and stuff like that. Darby says, I like when Eric praised Thomas and Hope relationship being out in the open. He's telling them he supports their relationship 100%. Yeah, Eric is a very Eric is a very dashing individual. Harry says, watch an old scene of Rick and you see what she's saying. Okay. Now, Gemini says Rick was a hot mess who always got in the ish because who Daddy was. You know, I was watching some old scenes of Jason on Dion's Corner, and he was going after some guy back in the day before he became Jason Morgan. And he got into a fight with someone. He wound up getting his ass beat in front of Kelly's. I can't remember that other guy that whooped his ass, but let's say I like Thomas and Hope together. Meanwhile, Liam is punching the air. Ron says, I bet what Kyrie's talking about to Nina ain't have no babies. What Kyrie's talking about to Nina ain't having no babies. Ron, why is Nina not having any babies? See, now you got me intrigued, Ron. Why do you feel that Nina can't have babies? Come on, Ron. Don't keep me in suspense. I need an answer. I want to know why you think that Nina can't have babies. Goddamn suspense is killing me. Have a good night, Nicole. Yeah, I'm sure they can. I don't know why I need to highlight that, but I'm sure they can, Crystal. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, Solomon, you can answer. I mean, yeah, Ron, you can answer Solomon's question after. Um, I wanna know. Come on, that's not the question. That's not the question I was asking. Oh, yes, Darby. Yes, Darby. Did the guy Jason Ford look like? Yes, Jagger. Yeah, Jagger. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you, Darby. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Very true. Lobby said, didn't they that the drugs she was given by her mother made it impossible to have kids? That's true. That's true, Lobby. I'm still kind of curious of very true, Lobby. I'm still very curious of what Ron has to say about that. Um, Ron says Nina AIDS to dry up, so no more babies for her. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, hey, hey now. Ron, why is Nina's eggs dried up and not Sheila's? I want to know, Ron, Sheila is older than Nina. So why would Nina's egg be dried up at this? Why wouldn't Sheila's eggs be dried up at this point? No way. Exactly, Kyrie's. I want to hear from the man himself. Gemini says Sheila is gangster. Gemini says Nina mom here out here into the coma and took her twins. She took everything else from Nina to prevent her from having more kids. I wanna hear an answer. Why isn't Sheila's eggs dried up? Why now? I need the math to start mathing. He thinks I'm joking. I'm being dead ass serious. I really want to know. I really want to know the answer. We're not pivoting from that either. Yes, Crystal. Yes, exactly. Hmm, exactly. Jackie B said, I thought you were talking about Nina on GH. No, I am talking about Nina on GH, Jackie B. But Ron says that Nina's eggs are dried up. So how is Sheila's eggs not dried up? And Sheila's older than Nina. Keeping me in suspense like that. Harry says, well, I'm going to find a specialist that will require Albert to donate and then going to give Nina a specialized treatment for her development age. Then those triplets will arrive. Hmm. Well, the thing is, twins do run in my family. That's the thing. Twins actually do run in my family. Come on, I agree with Ryan. No, but he thought, see, I thought of everything. You did. Very smart man, Tyrese. But Jackie, okay, now Ryan says Albert Sheila is older. I don't know. Oh, or you don't know. But Tabitha was older than her and she had a child, so what does it matter? Because he didn't really explain the first part of the sentence, that's why. I don't know is not an answer. Try again. Alyssa Albert is right. How can Sheila eggs are dried up and shit? Exactly, Alyssa. That's why I said the math ain't mathing. Like Alyssa, I don't think he understands. I'm not pivoting from that. Come on, Ronnie Ron. I'm gonna say things like that. Let the math up. Let the math. Perry says that you might have quads instead of triplets. Maybe. Ron says I can't give you an honest answer. Well, you know what, Ron? I appreciate your honesty. I felt like I enjoyed that way too much. Dolly says Tabitha had the forces of evil on her side. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I got nothing to say about that. I'm just like, I'm like, I just, I, Harry says, how would you react if we found out you were having quads? Carries, I think I'll be thinking how expensive my life would be. How much fun it would be, but how expensive it would be. Hey, any Christmas plans? Plans with the family. How about you? How about you, Dave? Darby says, Sonny will have Nina knocked up by next Christmas. Darby, I can believe that. I mean, he is the kid. He is the king as far as just you know getting women knocked up. Darby says now Sheila lost a toe, which means the extra blood flow can go into making eggs. Plus, also a Terminator sent her from the future. That oddly makes sense. Tracy says, I don't think Nina will ever be pregnant. Who was pregnant that wasn't supposed to be? Who was pregnant that was supposed to be pregnant? Tracy says, Sonny don't need any more kids. I mean, that's true. That's very true. Carrie says, Sonny is no match for Albert. That's 100% true. That is 100% true. Sonny's not ready for me. He ain't ready. Darby says, Proto super sperm of Sonny Corinthos. Yeah, he like I said, he be getting women knocked up left and right. And the thing is, he's in a town where he has so many different baby mamas. He has Alexis, he has Carly, he has Olivia. I mean, seriously, everywhere he turns, he's running into one of the mother of his children, and he has Ava. How do you live in a town where you have four women that has your children? And that's just a typical Monday or a Tuesday. Jackie B said, "Geez, make women who have kids boring." Really? Carly used to be fun. Sam used to be fun. I mean, they watered her down, but she used to be fun at one point. Solomon said, instead of giving Sheila a new baby at any extremely old age, they should bring back her daughter, Danny, and Diane. I wonder what happened to her. Jackie B says, used to be. Yeah, exactly. Cherry ice cream. Sonny is a baby daddy. Yeah. Harry says Sonny will never has as many women as Albert, so I do not sweat it at all. Nina's gonna fall in love instantly. That is very true. You know, I don't know about the women part, but the instantly falling in love part, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Dolly says, who you think would get Sheila pregnant first? Sonny Corinthus or Eric Brady? Thank you. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you. Because it would require Eric actually having a goddamn job. Jacoby says, I would love to see Albert's face if Cynthia came on the chat. I would probably. I'll be starstruck. I'm not, honestly tell you the truth, Jacoby, I'll be starstruck. I'll be starstruck, and then I'll be sitting there thinking, man, I've been saying a lot of out of pocket things lately. I'll be honest, I've been saying a lot of out of pocket things lately. So part of me would be like, man, Yeah, she caught me on a good day. Alyssa, exactly. Eric is no fit raising a child because of his financial situation. Exactly, Alyssa. His empty pocket situation. My dude's wallet got nothing but lint in it. Darby says Sonny has Italian kids, white kids, Spanish kids. The only kids he doesn't have is Asian kids. So he better go to China, take out right now before he gets too old. Well, yeah, I'm gonna let that go. I feel like whatever I sit there and say after that is going to be out of pocket. So Carrie says I'll be there when it happens. I'm going to be on that same energy about his love story. And I believe that too, Kyrie's. Kyrie's is always the person that keeps that same energy. Seriously, you can sit there, you can rob Eric, and the only thing they would sit there and get out of that man's wallet is lint. Tracy says, I think we're like hearing you call Eric a bum because he is a bum. Tracy is a bum. Tracy, he just happens to be a good looking bum. That's all. So at least he has that going for him. I give him that. He's a good looking bum. Still a bum, but. Sad thing is this, Tracy Steve, there's a double standard, right? Because a woman can have no job and men wouldn't be calling her a bum. And if she's hot, then it really doesn't matter. Alyssa said Sheila should be smart by having Sonny's baby instead of Eric. Well, yeah. Oh, come on, Dolly. You know it's nothing but lead in there. Let's let's keep it 100. Darby says it seems like I'm always trying to get Aber canceled. Well, Darby, you're kind of a troublemaker. Gotta watch out for you. Alyssa, Eric is a bum. No, that's a fact. Yeah, Alyssa, but he's a good-looking bum. So yeah, listen, I can be nice. I can be a dick and be nice at the same time. Perry says, guarantee I'll bring out that love story within the first 5 minutes of that stream. He would do that too. Tracy says, there are a lot of good looking bums that's the problem. That is the problem, Tracy. Because there's a lot of good guys that actually have money and they usually get I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let that bitterness go. Alyssa says Sonny is financially stable despite him being a local mobster. Yeah. He got money in his pockets. His kids ain't going hungry. Ron says, I bet if Cindy Watros does come on your stream, make sure nobody in the chat tells her they would slap her. Yeah, I don't think anyone would actually think about that, Ron. Let's say Eric is a good looking bum. I agree on that. Yes, I'm secure in my sexuality to sit there and say that. Listen, the fact that he's not there giving Sloan so much issues is like, Eric, you don't make the money in the family. Like you don't get to call the shots in this whole relationship. Darby says, I'm getting psych help from that. I'm getting psych help for that, Albert. That's good. The problem is the women who hunger after these bums. Yeah, but that's the thing, Darby. I'll sit there and say this much. They can have fun with people like that. They can have fun with people like Eric, but they won't respect people like Eric. That's the truth of the matter. Alyssa Sonny is the Nick Cannon of Poor Charles having damn. Damn, Alyssa got Jones. Kyrie says when I get Cindy Watchers on the stream, it will be members only. Yeah, so you have to be a member to join that. Exactly, Jackie. My girl got jokes. Darby said, "Would you tell Cynthia Watchers she would slap her on?" Oh, Darby says, "Would you tell Cynthia Watchers you would slap her on? Would you do that?" Rolly says, "True." Ron says, "I bet a lot of us in the chat saying that Sheila's face are dried up, but Tabi was good to create a child." Ron, um, Tabitha was in a world that had witches and warlocks. So can we just sit there and say that the physics was at least different there, buddy? Alyssa said, "No wonder why Nicole and Sloan are so addicted to Eric because of his magic wand." Well, let's say he has to sit there and balance it out somehow. Dude doesn't have a job. He needs to sit there and balance it out somehow. Ellie says Nicole, Sloan, Jada, Sarah enjoy having fun with Eric, but don't respect him. Exactly. And that's the truth, though. That's the truth. Curry says, even if I can only get her during the week, that would be, oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Dave says, Albert, I was talking about with Curry yesterday, and we were talking about the scene where Esme, Spencer, and Ace, both me and Curry thought those scenes were absolutely pathetic. And yeah, he was definitely ODing. He was definitely ODing. It was too much. I will say this, though. Spencer hasn't annoyed me. I'm just honestly said you for this point. I'm just happy about that. I gotta take the little wins I can sit there and get with GH. Yeah, yeah, carries. No, I mean yes, carries. It was extra. I was like, bro, your brother's gonna be across town. He's not going to Mars. You can calm down. So that's the thing, though. That's the thing. I wonder what's next for Springer. You know, I don't think they're really. I don't think they're really going to be something they're using Esme. So what kind of new adventures they're going to have for those two? Alyssa, LOL, forgot about Jada. She dodged a bullet, and she has moved on from Eric. Sloan and Nicole are still addicted. Yeah, they're addicted to something. Johnson says, "What are the chances that Maurice Bernard is watching this live?" I'll be honest, Jonathan. I think if he was watching it, I would. I wonder what you would think, though. I wonder what he would think. I'd be very curious to sit there and see what he would think. That's the thing, Jonathan. He's actually on YouTube. Like he has his own YouTube channel and stuff like that. And people who have their own YouTube channel generally do surf YouTube. Whoever says me myself, I likely staying outside the prison system, so no slapping major soap actors. I mean soap stars for me. Yeah, I can see that. Listen, he definitely does bring it. He definitely does bring it. Listen, and like I said, Spencer hasn't annoyed me. Kyrie says he'd be like, "What the hell is wrong with this Kyrie's do?" Hmm. Well, I would sit there and say, I think Maurice would sit there and say that Kyrie's dude is very passionate. He's a very passionate young man. Darby says Maurice has a life. Well, I mean, you can have a life and still be on YouTube. Still watch YouTube. I watch YouTube. Well, I watch a lot of YouTube videos. That's the thing. That's the thing, Darby. YouTube is the number one platform that pretty much everyone watches. Everyone goes on it. You may go on Twitter. Most people usually don't. A lot of people don't go on Twitch, right? I don't see a soap star going. I see a soap star going on YouTube before they go on Twitch. Melly Mel, my heart queen. What's good? Ron says, Albert, no, I won't slap Cindy Watchers because I know the difference between real and fictional, meaning the actors from the. Oh, well, that's good, Ron. I was worried. Ron, I'm so glad that you put my mind at ease. I'm glad to know that you won't sit there and have any sort of physical violence against the actress, the actors. I can sleep a lot easier now. Mel, I started watching, I think, at least, hopefully, 20 minutes. I think I started watching at least 20 minutes of YNR yesterday. And Mel says, hey, Alyssa. I mean, but that's the thing, Crystal. You can miss your baby brother, right? But, Ace isn't going to another country, okay? He's not even going to another town. He's still going to be in the same town, you know? Let me tell you something. Even Alyssa, who is a super fan of Spencer, just admitted that he was doing too much. So it's safe to sit there. It's safe to say that he was doing a little bit too much. He was doing too much. Just don't know. Just don't know. But yeah, doing too much. Now Darby says, I'm glad that Ron won't slap C Watchers because we don't have bail money. Exactly, Darby. I mean, I gotta sit there and explain to the cops that one of my subscribers thought it was a good idea to slap a soap actor. It's exactly. Alyssa says, I mean, I understand why Spencer felt the way he felt, what Ace, but it's not like he was going to Timbuktu. Exactly. I agree. He was, doing too much. What? And that's the thing, Alyssa, with that out the way, what is next for the characters, right? The other thing, the majority, the source of a lot of their fights and stuff like that was Esme and the baby. And now that they removed that out the way, what's next for them? You know, I don't see them really using Esme. He was trying to get another Emmy nod. Yeah, I get that. Harry says, I'm still laughing. I'm still laughing at the look on Nathaniel's face on Ava being young and vibrant and neat. Kyrie, he was killing it. He was killing it. I know, right? That in their face are crystal clear. Mel. At least he was honest though too. Oh no, trust me, Alyssa. I know how you feel about her. Debbie says, I can't lose my brother. My brother, don't make me choose. You'll lose, Trina. Ron says you can hate a character, but I will never, like, for example, Heather Tom, who plays, well, that's good. Ron, I'm glad you're able to sit there and tell the difference. That makes me be able to sleep tonight a whole lot more better. But yeah, my whole thing, like, I get it. I know a lot of people don't like Esme. I get it. I want Esme to go back to the old villain. I feel like if she can't, I feel like if they're not going to make her a villain, then they don't need to keep her on the show. Because like, what are they going to do for her? Unless they're actually going to make her have a good, compelling story. Terry says, and make sure you remind the milk that I still owe him for talking about Adam yesterday. Oh, he was going in on Adam. He was going in on Adam. But see, the thing, to be fair, Carice, the thing is, Carice, if I watched the show as long as everyone else did, depending on the situation, I might go on Adam as well. Johnson says, I have a new theory about Everett. What's the theory? Debbie says they will find new reasons why Trina and Spencer can't be together and not use Esme as an excuse. Alyssa, Avery's contract is supposed to be out next summer, so there's a possibility she doesn't renew it. That way, Esme could either get written off or killed off. Okay. Carrie says not a good idea. No, it's a perfectly good idea. It's a perfectly good idea, Carrie's. Because, at the end of the day, Carrie's, you gotta sit there and remember something. No one is spared the rod. No one. Not Adam, not Ava, not Trina, not Spencer. No one is safe. No one. That's just how it is. Thank you, Blackmon. Yes, make sure you do hit the like button. Let's sit there and see how many likes we actually have. And that's not a veiled threat. let's be very clear about that. What the? That is not a veiled threat. Is a goddamn promise. Let's see. Okay, so we got 19 likes. We got 28 people in the chat. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure you do hit the like button. It really does actually help. Krista says, see how much Trina lost. How much did she lose? I don't get that. Alyssa Esme needs to go back to being a villain and just disappear. It's not just Sabrina fans that despise her. It's not Sabrina fans too who wants her gone. I don't know any other people that wants her gone besides Sabrina fans. Carrie says Nick's just mad that Aubrey got a bigger stick and longer into. Oh, that Adam. Okay. Mel says I call it that John and Steve found something about Constantine footage. You did. I thought about you when I was watching it today. Darby says Esme needs a new story without Spencer Trina, one with a love interest. I forgot to ask you when that fan. I forgot to ask you that when that fan told that they would slap her because of her character she's playing. What did Laura say? I don't remember. I don't remember what she said, Ron. I just remember that she actually came to her defense. Debbie says, look at Albert giving James Everett on Good Times with the Bell. I'm just saying, I put it this way. No one is spared the rod. Johnson says, I think that when he married to Jada, he went to another name, which was his original name, and some dangerous people were threatening him, so he had to abruptly end his marriage on changing his name. I'll tell you this much: if that's what happened, um, I'll be cool with it. I mean, it sounds like a better story than what they're going to come up with. Okay, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna play the Adam versus Nick thing. I'm just saying in general. I um I don't spare characters, and I want to make this very perfectly clear. Okay. The only reason why I didn't really sit there and give I didn't really sit there and come at. I see you on the warpath, Kyrie's. Um, the only reason why I sit there and actually was harsh on Trina is because Trina doesn't actually do anything. Like, she doesn't actually do anything that bothers me one way or the other. But I feel like people do take certain things a little bit too far and a little bit too serious, you know? Oh, okay. I see. I see. I see. We're playing a big bad book. Nick is wrong and mean and evil, right? Okay. Um, Johnson says, and then start a new life in Seattle with his new identity. I also think that he did get hit by a car, but the driver possibly hit him because it was one of the people who threatened him. Hmm. Okay. Now Darby says Albert is an undercover Nick Newman. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna sit there and say this before I sit there and end up before I sit there and end this live stream, and I know I'm gonna get in trouble with a certain person, but I mean, the thing is, drugging a woman is bad in general, regardless if it's a woman of color or not. You know, Jacqueline, what's good? Regardless if she's a woman of color or not, it's just wrong in general. What's good, Jacqueline? Ron says I can agree that the ring Everett had was not for Stephanie. That's the same ring for Jada. Hmm. Well, I hope you had a good day, Jacqueline. Oh, there it is. Jacqueline says Alex should fire Teresa and that maid. I'm like, what did that maid actually even do? She didn't sit there and take out the trash. She didn't really sit there and clean up the place. I'm like, what did she actually get paid for? Like, honestly, tell you the truth, when he said, oh, there was a maid here, Teresa was just like, where? What did she actually do here? Like, what did you even pay for? The sad thing is that it's a small place. For somebody who's supposed to be a millionaire or whatever, like, why is he living in such a small place for? The dude owns, he has a fortune, and you're staying in such a small. I mean, it's a nice place. Is an issue. They want to do this redemption by having amnesia and birthing a child by her ex-father. I understand, but it's the woman of color and getting away with it. That's an issue. I'm just, that's the only thing I'm saying, Melissa, is that I get it's a woman of color, but and maybe it's just me, you know. But drugging a woman is bad regardless. If it's a woman of color, if it's a Caucasian woman or whatever, it's like saying that the punishment should be more harsher. Like it's wrong all around, regardless. I don't know. I tend not to really get into those things. Ron says, I'm surprised that RJ isn't pregnant because Tucker and Kyle took turns with her. Jesus Christ. I mean, it's a soap lotto. I'm starting to not like Stephanie for being a hypocrite on first breakouts with Alex on turning her phone off, but when Kayla was dying and then breaking out with Chad for firing. Hmm. I don't understand. I just don't understand that she wants to sit there and break up with him because he fired Everett, but not because he doesn't want to marry her. Johnson says, I won't be surprised if Jada calls Everett by a different name when she runs into him. Hmm. You know, all right, Alyssa, we're going to have to agree to disagree on that one. Um, Johnson says, I won't because surprised if Jada calls Everett by a different name. Okay. I'm just surprised they didn't run into each other so far. That's my thing. Like they've been in that town in the same town for a while and they didn't run into each other yet. But her heart was in the right place. Hmm? What time is it? Oh, okay. All right. As fun as this has actually been, I do got to sit there in the live stream right here because I got to wake up super early. I got to wake up super early. So I'm gonna sit there. Oh, Duane, wow, you actually came in just when I was about to sit there and yeah, I mean, I appreciate it, Melissa. We're not always gonna sit there and agree on everything. But at the end of the day, you're still my homie, Alyssa. So that ain't gonna change. It's not gonna change, Alyssa. Yes, Jonathan. Join us next time for another edition of Albert Bostic. Thank you. Okay, if you say so. Um, yes. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Laura B. Have a good night, Jackie P. Have a good night, Blackmon. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Alyssa. Have a good night, Laura B. Have a good night, Spiderquake. Have a good night, Crystal Hawkins. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a good night, Darby. Have a good night, Solomon. Have a good night, Ronnie Ron. Ron says, so who's going to be Sheila's OBG doctor? Um, uh, you're funny, Ron. Ron says, sorry I'm late. I was watching the Game Awards. And oh, okay. I forgot that. I didn't know that that was actually going on. I knew that was going on, but I didn't know. Well, you know what, Kyrie's? How about you give her compassion? How about you give her compassion for the both of us? Oh, I didn't. No, that's all good, Duan. I didn't know that. I thought it was earlier today, though. And Darby says, "Good night, Alyssa." I knew what was going on. I just didn't know what time it was, though. Have a good night, Melly Mel, my horror queen. Have a good night, Ron, Ronnie Ron, and Alyssa says, "Good night, Darby." Yeah, no, it should be interesting. Let's see what they wind up doing with all of them working together to try to stop Tucker. Barry says, yeah, have a good night, Alyssa. Thank you for joining. Barry says, good night, everyone, and please play for Anne Jordan healing and redemption. Hmm. Yeah, that's a conversation I'm not gonna sit there and touch, Crystal. But I already saw how it started to get a little tense. We're just talking about Trina. I'm not doing that. Have a good night, Mel. Melly Mama Heart Queen. Yes. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, everyone. Stay safe. Like I'm forgetting some people, but you know who you are now. Have a good night, Duan. Laters.